Viola's The Messengers shows a man slowly moving up and down in the water. The light changes on his body, and the sound of breathing repeats in the background. It is a quiet pace, but it makes you focus on the small details. You start noticing your own breath and your own body while watching it. I'm interested in this work because it relates to the idea I explore: precision, present, and how we represent emotionally in the digital images. It also makes me thinking about the wheel's role. So the main question I want to explore is, what kind of energy or what kind of agency does a wheel have in the non-interactive video like this? I'm also briefly connect this to my own project, Digital Pose, which looks a present in a different way. In the messengers, we see a man moving very slow in the water. He goes up towards the light and then down into the dark again. Sometimes the light hits his skin and makes it bright, and then it fades away. The water makes the edges of the body and a little distorted. The strong contrast between light and dark makes it feel like they appear and disappear again and again. The sound is also important. We hear slow breathing and a low water echo that represents over and over. Because everything is so slow, the work feels like it's outside normal time. It is not a story, it's just a simple cycle of rising and falling. The atmosphere is very calm, almost like a ritual. When watching it, you notice your own breathing and how still your body becomes. Small details feel like strong, and the view starts to forward the slow rhythm as the images. Even though the messengers is not interactive, it depends on views. The work only happens when someone stands in front of and plays action. The reveal stillness and focus shapes the experiences. So watching is not passive, it is kind of like a participation through this body. This makes me ask, is work next to our action? Is action a kind of agency? The space of the museum also affects how we behavior. In museum, we learn to be quiet, not to touch, and not to stand too close. As the tutor said, we action like silent animals. The messengers fit well in the elements because it needs stillness. But this brings another question. How much of our quiet behaviors comes from the artwork, and how much comes from the museum rule? The gallery set almost focus us to be quiet, so for a model that might not happen somewhere else. The slow pace of the piece creates a different kind of engagement. Instead of asking us to move or do something, it asks us to slow down and feel our own breath. It creates a quiet but strong connection between the view and the images. So I also wonder, can calm contemplation be a form of participation too? The work suggests that the participation does not always mean interaction. Sometimes it starts with simple play action. Those ideas connect to my own project, Digital Pose, but in a different way. While Bill's work asks the viewer to stay still and watch, my project asks the viewer to come closer. A hiding camera can sense when a person is near, and the digital hurt on the wall changes color as they approach. The viewers cannot control the image directly, but their distance quite affects it. This creates another kind of agency based on movement and how comfortable people feel when a system sees them. Thinking about this made me understand my own project more clearly. In Digital Pose, moving closer means showing yourself, even if only through light's shadow. It brings up a question for me. What does it mean when a digital system not only asks us to look at it, but also asks us to be looked at? It makes me think about privacy, vulnerability, and how much of ourselves we choose to review. Watching the messengers helped me seeing that both work is pro-presence, but in a different way, one through slow, quiet action, and the other through saying and represent. Each one creates a different kind of relationship between the views and the image. So the final question I want to leave for this is, how will future digital artworks changes the way of we understand the present and the way we approach in front of the image?